Hi everybody and welcome to Heel Heat, our TNA and More show. My name is George Coles. This is my tag team partner, Jim Powers.
Gary Rhodes, how y'all doing?
The first thing we want to get into, the running story during the night was Sting and Hulk Hogan are looking for a partner for Sting for Bound for Glory, where they're going to fight off against two of the Aces and Eights. They did a little segment to start the show, give you kind of an overview of what was going to be going on all night. And with that, they brought out the first match was Mr. Anderson versus Gunner, both guys trying to look to impress Sting.
And I do like the fact that Gunner had
Kid
Cash with him, and I like their mixture together as a tag team, and I think that they did good together. You know, with him being at his side, you know, he was a good little corner man. And I did like the fact that after the match, that they both got hit with to finish the match, hit with a mic check, and then after the match, he hit Cash with a mic check.
Yeah. Basically showing how much he wants to be a part of the team with Sting to fight off against Aces and Eights, which is good. You know, it gives purpose to them and gives a meaning to the show. I kind of like that angle to it. Then after that, we had our mandatory knockout segment of the week. We had Tara and Gail Kim versus ODB and Miss Tessmacher. It wasn't a good match, really. I don't know. All four of them are really decent workers. I don't know why this match didn't click, but for some reason it just didn't, in my opinion.
Thank God it was a shorter match, though. You know, that's what I'm saying. If it would have been like a 10-minute snooze fest, yeah, they kind of hit it just by ending it quick.
Yeah. And Tara went over winning as, you know, putting over more of her heel side to her, which I like that. It's building her up for the match at the pay-per-view versus Tessmacher. Then after that, we had the segment with Al Snow and Joey Ryan coming out. Basically, they offered Joey Ryan a contract. He signs it before reading it. He finds out that the contract's for a one-night deal to fight Al Snow, which was something that they agreed on like 3 weeks ago, wasn't it?
Exactly. You know, I like the whole idea they had when they were trying to build it towards Taz versus Joey Ryan. I understand that, you know, Taz is in neck problems and stuff like that, but Al Snow has a bad back.
Yeah, but Al can still go where Taz...
So you're supposed to ask me why Al Snow has a bad back. I was going to little rib.
Or you're going to say Job Squad joke.
Ask
why does Al Snow have a bad back?
From carrying Mick Foley's bags.
You see the shit I got put up with? Do you see this?
It's hilarious.
It's like I'm Jim Ross and this is Michael Cole.
I'd rather be the king.
You're not even that level.
The king of Cleveland, baby.
No. But anywho, back to talking about the wrestling show. We had another angle the backstage with Sting, Kurt Angle, Bully Ray, and Angle was trying to tell Sting he could do double duty, wrestle in his tag team match at the pay-per-view, and be Sting's partner. Where Bully Ray comes up, says he wants to do it. The whole time Kaz and Daniels are in the background, kind of peeking around.
And I like that aspect of it. I really like Kaz and Daniels. I think they're, you know, right now probably the best tag team there is in both companies. Except for, I do like the team friendship and
Hell No,
or Hell No, whatever they want to call it. But they're not, you know, they're just a stuck together group. As far as a traditional tag team, I say I like them the best.
Better than the Briscoe brothers?
Yeah.
Really? Mm-hmm. Better than the world's greatest tag?
Better than world's greatest tag. I like them the best. I'm
sorry.
I
do like them.
They remind me of Edge and Christian, and I was an Edge and Christian mark. So
personally, I think I like the Briscoe brothers better, but
they're more like a younger Dudley in kind of a way.
Yeah, you know what kind of people I like. And then speaking of that's a good segue. Our question of the week from last week was, who do you think is going to be the bigger loss for TNA, Alex Shelley or Devon Dudley? Now, we had some answers from friends of ours. The first is from our friend Lou over at the Deadly Sins. He put, I would say Alex Shelley. He is an entertaining guy who could work and would be a big loss for TNA, being one half of the most exciting tag teams. Devon has been everywhere and is known one of the greatest tag team champions of all time. I'd agree with him. Really good points there. He's going with Shelley. Also, we have from our friend, the Panda Bear, Paul Pickett. Alex Shelley is going to be a much bigger loss than Devon, unless Devon leaving will make Bubba think about doing the same. Shelley is much more over with the fans and is a better worker even before the Motor City Machine Guns. Also, he put GR. How can you have a Teddy Long impersonation without mentioning a tag team match?
Also tonight, players, we're going to have a tag team match. Main event.
I'm sorry. That was messed up.
I
Well,
just
this one-
face palm for the Cleveland Brown impersonation. Jesus Christ, I'm watching the Cleveland show. Worst
Your
Teddy
pu-
Long ever.
Your punishment is you are going to go 1-on-1 with the Undertaker.
Please, fans, write in the comments that you don't want him to do this Teddy Long impersonation.
If they do it, I'll do it more.
It is the worst thing ever. Tell him how bad he is doing this. Let us know that. But that's not even the question of the week. Just let us know, because I'm tired of hearing it. It's terrible. It's the worst impersonation of anyone I've ever heard in my life. And this isn't a rib. This is a shoot, cowboy.
You shave your beard, I'll stop doing the Teddy Long.
No,
Mick Foley wannabe.
I gotta keep the beard.
There we go. It's Teddy Stan.
You know I have to keep the beard.
All right, go ahead.
But anyway,
You know I have to eat the beard.
what is your opinion, Devon or Shelley?
Alex Shelley by far. Devon is pretty much almost to the point I'd say he's past his prime. I mean, he's in great shape and all that good stuff, but he's probably got a good 3 years left in him. Alex Shelley's got a good 10 to 15, staying injury free. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
He's more marketable to younger kids. He's a better talker. He's more exciting to watch. You could put him at a live event, like say if Vince had him, put him at a live event. People are going to want to hear pop at those small little venues.
I'm going to go and play the devil's advocate to you guys. I think Devon's going to be a huge loss. First of all, he's got a better name value. More casual fans know who Devon Dudley is and Alex Shelley. He is in the best shape of his career. He's putting on some of the best matches of his career. I really liked him as a TV champion. I thought he did the belt well. He carried it well.
So you're saying he's better than Joe is doing now?
No, I like Joe as well.
Just
But what I'm saying is I think Devon's a good guy. He's definitely a guy that you could use to build up the young guys and doesn't seem to have an ego about it, which is someone you need.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be able to beat someone of name value. Now, our question of the week for this week is going to be, which women's division is better, the WWE Divas or the TNA Knockouts? Let us know what you think. Hit us up on Twitter. Let us know on Facebook. Put it down where?
Down there.
I can't believe I gave you that after you flubbed on the Teddy Long. Still giving him the spots. He doesn't deserve them, but he gets them.
Entertainment.
Put it right down there in the comments. Let us know what you think. We'll bring it up on the next show, tell you our opinion as well. Now, also, going on from that, our next match of the night was the first TV title defense of Samoa Joe's reign against Rob Van Dam. Much better match than what was it 2 weeks ago they wrestled?
Yeah, and it also makes up for the lackluster match that him and Anderson had last week.
Yeah.
I was very disappointed, which kind of makes me think maybe Anderson was injured because of the way he had short matches. Well, he had a short match earlier, and he had a short match now. Maybe there's something wrong.
And then we'll talk about
later on,
later
yes.
on,
But,
too.
you know, that's just my opinion on those two.
I thought it was a good match. I liked the Muscle Buster as the ending. He's been using the rear naked choke an awful lot. Just a way to kind of remind you that he could also do this too.
I'm a fan of the Muscle Buster. I think he makes that move look so impactful, so damaging looking to his opponents that they should never try to even, they'll never kick out of it.
Yeah. Then after that, I thought that was probably one of the better matches of the night. Then we had Angle versus Chavo. Nothing really special. These guys, what is it, about 4 or 5 weeks in a row that some combination of Angle and Chavo, whether tag teams or three ways.
Well, they're trying to do the Guerrero Angle matches. And
Yeah.
Chavo is by far not Eddie.
And he's been mailing it in. He's not cared for a few years now, or at least that's my opinion. He's
I have
just
to agree with you on that.
he's going. It looks like he's mailing it. At one point, Chavo was one of the better wrestlers in the world. At this point, he's not. It's kind of like his friend Rey Mysterio, who's been mailing in, although Rey's picked up his work rate a lot since he's been teaming with Sin Cara, whether that's he's afraid that Sin Cara's taking his spot, or he just genuinely likes teaming with the guy, which could be true. They could be friends. But Chavo needs to do that as well. Then after that, we had a match I know that you were really excited to see.
Yeah, because, I like Doug Williams. I think Doug Williams is a phenomenal wrestler. He wrestles the Regal style, and I enjoy that style versus when he was wrestling
A
Zema
lot of
Ion.
the English wrestlers have that similar style, and he was wrestling Zema Ion. It was a rather short match. Zema Ion got put over trying to injure Doug Williams, which seems to be the gimmick they're going with, that he's an injurer.
Like I said, I like his style, and I think if they would have let them two work a longer match, I think it would have been a really awesome match. I'm really high on Ion too.
Yeah, he's someone that's really growing. Like you said, if they would have got a longer amount of time, they could have put on a really good match with the contrasting styles. Could have been better. Wasn't bad though. The next thing we had was a segment with James Storm, Bobby Roode, and King Mo. Basically, TNA bringing King Mo into the fold. Bobby Roode and James Storm talking trash to each other. King Mo, who's going to be the special enforcer at their match, came out and pushes Roode after they start a little thing.
And this is the first time I've really seen King Mo. I never even really saw him too much, and the first time I really heard his voice. And I was telling George, he's like a giant Kevin Hart.
Kind of looked like. To me, I think he looks like 50 Cent. Be honest with you. And this is a guy. I've seen some interviews with him about this, and it seems like it's something he wants to get into wrestling because he loves wrestling, not because he wants a paycheck. Which some of the MMA guys have done. They've come in just for a paycheck, like Tito Ortiz did at one point. Ken Shamrock every time he's been there. Some of these guys just come in just because they got name value and they know they can make money. Where King Mo seems to be someone that really loves wrestling and willing to make the sacrifices needed.
Yeah, I'm really willing to see how this match goes. I'm thinking Roode and Storm really need a good closure to their feud, and I think that this pay-per-view will bring it on.
Exactly. It's a shame that it's not Lethal Lockdown, because a cage match to end the feud would be great.
And they still could have a cage match, but they don't think that far ahead.
Then we got the next match of the night, the main event, Bully Ray, who was pleading with Sting to make an impact so he could join his team, versus Austin Aries and Jeff Hardy, basically the Bound for Glory main event plus Bully Ray. They're playing up Jeff Hardy and Aries' problems with each other. Bully Ray takes advantage of it, gets a solid win pinning Jeff Hardy.
And it's about time he got one over Jeff, because he's lost 2 weeks in a row to Jeff. So it's about time he got his win back.
Exactly. Bully Ray, hell of a match or hell of a win for him. The match wasn't so great. Probably the best match of the night was Joe versus RVD if you really look at it.
Yeah.
But Bully Ray getting the win, proving that he's worth the spot on Sting's team, which then brings us to after the commercial break. Sting and Hogan come out to announce who's going to be the tag team partner with Sting to fight against the Aces and Eights. First they announce it's going to be Mr. Anderson. Not a bad pick, because he did have a solid showing in the beginning of the show, and Mr. Anderson's a good worker. But then they show Anderson getting beat up by Aces and Eights in behind the building over by the Harry Potter ride.
Exactly. That damn Harry Potter ride.
It's more people get hurt over there than anywhere else.
I'm telling you. So Bully Ray comes out and pleads his argument to Sting, telling Sting to tell Hogan, I'm your choice, I'm your man for this. You need a bully, I'm your bully.
Which I think is going to lead to Bully Ray either being part of Aces and Eights and turning on Sting, or just turning on Sting for his own selfish purposes.
Yeah. But either way, I think they're going to lose. I would go for the big swerve and have Sting turn heel.
Well, it's pretty much said that they're going to lose, because the next pay-per-view poster's already out and it has the Aces and Eights on it. So you pretty much spoiled the who's going to win that anyway. At this point, I think with the way TNA is, TNA's booking's not smart enough for the swerve, and it's not. You don't have Vince Russo to make nonsense swerves there. It's all pretty much by the book.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Bully Ray's either going to leave, and you're going to find out he's either part of Aces and Eights or the leader of Aces and Eights.
I'm going with Sting turning heel on the show. That's just my opinion on it.
That's because you just want to see a heel Sting. He's terrible as a heel. You've seen him in the main event Mafia. He's not a good heel.
No, but I would say that would just be their biggest swerve, though. Bully Ray is a given. Sting would be, Well,
that's what I'm saying. It's not Vince Russo writing anymore.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a turn that doesn't make sense. It's going to be a turn that makes sense, and Bully Ray makes more sense.
Yeah.
And then we introduced a segment last week, and surprisingly, it went down by half this week. The Hulk Hogan count. 4 times he was out there, not the 4 Horsemen, GR. Just 4 times. But he came out in the beginning of the show, a couple backstage segments, and closed the show. Now, he might have been out on the show less than he was last week, but he was in the open and close. So the first thing you saw was Hogan, the last thing you saw was Hogan.
Twice in the middle.
And twice in the middle. Again, this time, he didn't take up as much time as last week, which I enjoyed. It's a running problem with TNA, having Hogan out too much. If they use him as much as they did tonight, I don't see a problem with
No,
it.
I think he was used a reasonable amount. I mean, you're supposed to have the person of authority, shown on screen nowadays, anyways.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense to have him at least 4 times. I think any more than 4 is too much.
Yeah. Any more than that, he's just glory hounding the show.
And the thing is, he didn't come out. He didn't go pyro.
We've seen a lot more of Sting this week too, which he's getting in there. I don't think Sting has the ego that Hulk Hogan does, but they're using him more than Hogan, which is a guy that they could have, they could have used more time, put more time on the Zima Ion Doug Williams match instead of showing more the Sting backstage segments. Even though I do understand it was forwarding the main event. Speaking of Bound for Glory, something I found out, and I don't know where you have to go to do it, but you could probably Google it and find it out. They're doing a thing, TNA on their big pay-per-views. You could go to movie theaters and watch their pay-per-views. Look it up. There's I'll put a link to where you could go to find out if there's a theater near you playing it down in our description of this video. But check it out, because this time if you go, I think it's $15 to go watch it. But if you send away, you could get a Bound for Glory shirt. So basically, you're paying $15 for a shirt and the pay-per-view. If you're someone like us that are wearing wrestling t-shirts, we like wrestling t-shirts, it's almost worth it. You get a pay-per-view for free, basically. And a Bound for Glory t-shirt. Just hopefully it's not a horrible-looking t-shirt. Like, I'm not saying no shirts, but who wears a Paul Orndorff shirt? Really?
Mr. Wonderful. That's what I was getting to. Is after what was it? 8 weeks? No,
5 weeks.
5 weeks.
We already talked about that.
No, but I'm just saying I've not worn the shirt yet. I haven't introduced a shirt. Calm down. Finally got my shirt.
There you go.
There you go.
You happy?
A little bit.
He's trying to get his spots. He's upset that he's Andy Richter and I'm Conan O'Brien. So he's trying to get his shots in there so he can.
More like Norm from Cheers.
Exactly. I'm Norm. You're Cliff.
No, I'm Sam.
No, you're not Sam. You're Cliff.
You're Norm with when he's IQ. We've gone over this before. Anyways, you want to do the heel of the week?
The heel of the week. Same heel it is every week. Same. We can write this down on our board in permanent marker. Bully Ray.
I can't argue with the guy on this week. I think Bully Ray did a great job in his match.
When do you have an argument of it? He's the best heel of the week every week on TNA.
Anyways, I can't argue with it this week because he did great in his promos and everything.
Actually,
like that.
you know what? I'm gonna take it back. It's not Bull. I'm not gonna go with Bully.
What are you gonna go with?
Zima Ion.
That's an awesome pick too.
Zima Ion for trying to break Doug Williams' arm. We give it to Bully Ray almost every week. He did deserve it this week, but let's give it to somebody new. Let's give it to Zima Ion.
Really? I'm gonna put it in permanent marker.
No permanent marker. I'm just saying Bully Ray did deserve it, but I'm gonna go with Zima Ion for heel of the week. I almost said Bully of the week.
Bully of the
Dude,
Rise above.
yeah, rise above hate. Jesus. Rise above cancer. It's breast cancer month.
I guess it is because even the TNA guys are doing the pink now too.
Yeah.
At least they didn't do their ropes and stuff.
I can't say nothing.
Oh no, I'm just saying it's just funny how they jump on a bandwagon.
I mean, it's a really good cause.
It's a good cause.
You've said that we won't get into that.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother subject.
It'd take longer than our time.
We're a wrestling show. We're not an advocacy show or a politics show. So we won't talk about that too much.
And there was no debate on this episode too. Just letting you know.
No. There's a debate between me and you.
A little bit. There's always a debate between me and you.
Yeah.
But anything else for the show?
That's pretty much all we have for this week on the TNA and More show. Like I said, check into that thing. I'll put the link for you to get the free t-shirt if you do want to do that. And basically, that's all I have. This is My name's George Coles,
Gary Rhodes.
and this is our TNA version of the Heel Heat Show.